Hi, folks, and welcome to their Saturday morning Samoflange. I'm Matt.
I'm Benjamin.
And this
This is a mystery episode brought to you by Saturday Morning Samoflange.
Yes. I wanted to tell you, I wanted to do this with you, and I thought this would be great. You weren't here the past 2 months.
Yeah.
This episode is called Survey Says.
Survey says.
Survey Says?
Okay.
I ran a bunch of surveys over the holidays.
Did you? All right. Tell me
I
more.
want you to give me your answer.
Do I get to be on
Guess
Family
what
Feud?
the answer would be, and then commentate about what the answer was.
Okay. All right.
So here we go. Now, it was around Christmas, so I apologize for anyone. But
I have had no prep whatsoever for this.
No prep whatsoever because I didn't want you to check the site and look at it. But the thing is, though, with a good 280, 300 votes coming in.
No kidding.
Yeah, lots of votes coming in for
Family
this.
Feud, they only poll 100 people.
We only polled 100 people. We polled way more. We polled almost 3 times as many.
Oh, wow.
And
This is a legit operation.
got their answers. Now, around the holidays, I had extra time. I was throwing up a survey every couple of days, just randomly to see what other people's Christmases were like. Now, the first question...
Where did you post these?
On my community tab in YouTube.
Ah.
So, this was the first one I said. Your Christmas tree. What is it? Okay, you ready?
Sure.
The choices were: are multicolored lights, white lights, no lights, or other? Other meaning, do you know those little old timey lights? They look like little candles.
Yes.
That flicker on the tree, because it used to be candles a long time ago. But so I was thinking, I'll put an other just in case.
Sure.
All right. So first off, for you, what is it for you? Your tree is what? Multicolored, white.
My tree this past Christmas was like a palm tree because I was in Australia.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
that's true. Okay, so let me go back.
But let me say,
generally speaking,
and if I have my own preference, if it's my tree,
yes,
and
it's your tree. What do you want?
It was multicolored, white, no lights, or other.
Other.
Right? I would have multicolored lights.
Okay, which one do you think won?
Ooh. Other.
Okay, gaining 0% of the vote was no lights.
Okay, so everybody has lights.
Well, the reason I said no lights, and the reason I almost did not put this one down, but my mom we had a second tree for a very short time in the dining room, and it had no lights. It was ribbon.
Tree.
It was ribbon and ornaments.
I could see that for a second tree.
As a second tree. But I said, is there people out there who don't want to do lights?
There might be.
They say, I'm not lighting that effing tree.
I'm not even surprised.
This is back before the pre-lit tree.
I wouldn't be surprised if I had one when I was younger that had no lights.
Had no lights,
I don't know. I feel like
we always had lights growing up on ours.
So who came in? How did it
all right, so other.
Flesh out.
3%.
3% other?
Yes.
All right.
So
white lights is number one?
At 70%. Multicolored lights.
Okay, all right.
26% was white.
Okay.
Which, to be fair,
that's fine.
My dad, I did not know this. See, for me, we have the multi-changing lights. Ours go from multicolor to white to multicolor to white. I said that it's got the one where it's pre-lit. Sure. You set 8 different things.
Preferentially, I like the giant bulbs that heat up to like 500 degrees Fahrenheit.
Big bulb,
the huge ones from our childhood that were a huge fire hazard.
Yeah, we had the old 70s ones that kind of bosomed into like flowers, but they were lights.
Yeah.
We had those. We had those for years. Dad loves multicolored. I didn't know this, and he got a pre-lit tree, but he thought that wasn't enough color in there.
Really?
So he got lights that were more orange and blue because it was missing orange and blue lights. It had just green, yellow, red.
He added to it,
and so he added more colors to it because he wanted mini multicolored lights.
Okay.
I did not know he was a mini multicolored light guy.
How about that?
Because when I look at my tree, I tell my wife this all the time. I am a multicolored guy. It feels more like home.
Yeah.
But there are some beautiful white light trees.
There are some.
And when our tree is white light, I told Megan, I said, I don't know.
It doesn't feel
I wouldn't
the same.
be that upset if it was just white. But I am a multicolored person.
Yeah.
But didn't surprise me, but happy for that poll. All right, the next one. These are all Christmas ones.
Let's do it.
Now, I was asking people what's on their door right now. I gave them 3 options. Do they have a wreath on their door, a Christmas sign, or nothing at all?
Interesting.
So what would generally be on your door?
December All of December after Thanksgiving, there is a wreath on my front door.
There is a wreath on your front door. Okay. Yes. Ours is a little bit of both. It is a. I would have to. I would have to mark. It's a sign that looks like a wreath. Okay. It's not a true wreath or even a fake wreath. I would accept.
I have fake wreath on my door.
It's a wooden flat sign that is the shape of a wreath.
Okay.
You know, so I would have to say, if I was speaking honestly, a Christmas sign.
Christmas sign.
You know, but people have the jingle all the way, or
of course,
the
lots
House
of stuff from Hobby Lobby is appropriate.
Which one do you think people voted
on? Nothing.
Getting 49% of the vote was nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Bah humbug, they said. But a strong 42% said wreath.
Wreath. And then sign came in.
And then sign got the 8%. That was left over, which does not add up to 100%. So there's a 0.5% in both of these somewhere.
Margin of error.
But nothing got the big one. Little bummed about that myself.
That's interesting.
Was cheering for wreaths because wreaths looked very close there.
Yeah.
But
But the prettiest sight you'll see is the holly that will be. Right. So it's the holly that will be, which you would assume is on the wreath.
I didn't have holly on there, but yeah, holly would kind of be a wreath there. Yeah, incredible, right? All right, so
I hadn't thought about that, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I guess I'm not surprised either. But when I saw a wreath going, I said, oh, well, maybe there's a lot of wreaths. My wife used to be into wreaths. Wreaths used to be a big thing for us. We used to have tons of them. A lot of them got ruined over the years because we put them in. We had in the old house. We had a utility closet, and we just kept stuff in boxes on top of them. And so suddenly, I was uncovering every Christmas more bent and warped and flattened wreaths, so I was throwing them away.
Honestly surprised that the signs came in at such a low number. Like, I would have thought more.
I thought people had more because the people, the houses I see a lot more Christmas signs on doors.
I thought so too.
Than wreaths.
The prevalence of the signs at Hobby Lobby is off the charts. You know, and all these craft stores and everything, like all these cute little cutesy signs that they can put on the door. I'm surprised by that.
All right, so survey says survey says. This one I said, when you were younger, what did you have on your Christmas tree? Because there's things, our Christmas tree looks different.
Oh, I know.
Than what it did back in the day.
The biggest difference is, I can tell you, here are the answers. Tinsel. Number one.
All right, so I put candy canes.
Oh, yeah.
Tinsel.
Yeah.
Ribbon. Yeah. The Christmas ribbon around the tree.
Yes.
Or popcorn garland.
I had all of those things. All the above.
We did two at different houses.
We did all the above, not all the time, not every year.
Yeah.
But
Tinsel's your answer.
Tinsel was the one that not only made the tree when I was a kid, like that was what it was all about. My mom told me a story this year.
You're not American unless you have tinsel on your tree.
Well, she told me a story this year that when I was really little and barely able to walk and talk kind of thing, like so very young, that was what I wanted to do. I wanted to have the special job of putting the tinsel, like, Dad, can I put the tinsel on the tree? That was what I really wanted my special thing to be. And then I wouldn't let Kim do it because she was too young, and my younger sister. And so I got to take the tinsel out of the box. Because, when you're really little, you just grab a hold of everything with all your whole fist and you just rip the whole tinsel out of the box. And then the whole thing is ruined, I think I got in trouble for that maybe the year before, but then it was so special that I got to do it the next year and learn how to delicately just sprinkle it here,
on.
sprinkle there. And now I can't remember the last time we ever had tinsel on the tree. So that's definitely my number one answer, because not only is it what made the tree when I was little, but I can't remember the last time I had it.
Okay, this is turning into Who Wants a Millionaire, but that's final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
You think that's what people voted for the most?
Ooh.
Which one do you think people voted for the most?
It
is an option.
What was the phrasing of the question?
Candy cane. Oh, no. When you were younger, what did you have on your
tinsel
Christmas?
Then.
You're going to say tinsel.
Because no one has tinsel anymore.
Okay, the winner. Well, that's true. Tinsel is very hard to find now. It's very hard to find. Yeah. It's not at Hobby Lobby anymore.
Wow.
You have to order it online.
Wow.
Yeah, because my wife and I have tinsel on the tree in our bedroom.
Yeah.
We
you
both
had to order it on Amazon or whatever.
My grandmother had it on her tree all the time. And I mean the true tinsel where you take one strand off and you lay it down.
You lay it down gently.
Yeah,
and
she had the true blue tinsel.
Stuff, yeah.
And tinsel to me, since we're talking about this right now, tinsel to me was like that felt like that was my grandmother. She was the only one that put tinsel on the tree. My mom didn't do it.
Really?
But my grandmother always put the tinsel
So
on
did
the tree.
mine. Yes, and that's the reason. My grandmother's the reason I wanted it.
Whenever I see it, it reminds me of her and the great times we had at her house for Christmas. Because that tree, even though I didn't grow up with those trees around my house, it was the symbol of Christmas
Tinsel
for me.
could have been made out of magic strands. Like literally, it is magic.
It looks like little beautiful icicles falling from the tree. It just.
If you asked me what does magic look like, it would be tinsel.
Yeah.
On a tree.
Okay.
On a Christmas tree.
Yeah. But
on a multicolored light.
But the last time we looked at it, the last time we looked for some, we could not find some anywhere, so I had to go to Amazon.
Wow.
Because even Hobby Lobby didn't have it. Like Dollar Tree had the cheap, shredded paper one.
The
Not
garbage.
shredded, but the garbage one. Yeah. And we got those, and those don't do very well.
Same magic. They don't
do very well.
They weren't made.
But we bought them because that was the only.
They might have been silk hats, but they weren't Frosty the Snowman's.
No, they were not. They were not. But the thing is, though, that was the only way to get them, so I got it because I wanted some tinsel.
Right.
Well, then the next year it wasn't there, so I said, well, Hobby Lobby surely got it.
So that was your answer then?
Well,
Yeah.
mine's a little bit of all of these because for candy canes, my other grandmother put candy canes on the tree. And we
I
did
did
that
too.
every once in a while, too. We started doing that, too.
Yep.
But my other grandmother did cancel cane. Mom, on her no-light tree, no-lit tree, the
lights.
first couple of trees, always had the big ribbon.
Okay. Yes.
Always had the big red ribbon
That's what
running
I feel
around
like
it.
Maybe one year we did
'Cause
the
instead
no
of-
lights and had a big ribbon.
And instead of light, she wrapped the ribbon around the tree with the bow on top.
Yeah.
Just really beautiful with the ornaments and everything. But she did ribbon. And when I was young child,
When I was a
we
wee
did
young child.
make popcorn garlands.
Yeah.
And put them on our trees.
I made them,
when I was in Mississippi. I
in
think
church,
I
Sunday
think that
school or
only
something,
stopped when we moved to Louisiana.
Yeah.
But back in the first 12 years of my life, that's what we did. We made a popcorn garland with Mom.
Yeah.
She'd pop the popcorn, and then we'd
Isn't that a
chuck
weird
it in
tradition?
there. It's a weird tradition, and I don't know if anyone does it now.
Yeah.
But remember, we're speaking about in the past.
True.
So, again, my question to you, kind sir, is candy cane, tinsel, ribbon, or popcorn garland, which one won?
Oh, I feel too strongly about tinsel to say that. Anything else?
So you're going to go with tinsel.
Yeah, final answer.
Okay. The top answer, gaining 52%, more than half, was tinsel.
No kidding.
Tinsel.
How about that?
A lot of people. Making a decent showing, 29% said
canes.
candy cane.
Yeah.
Second, another step down, 17% said ribbons.
Oh.
And then, unfortunately, a 2%.
The popcorn was at 2.
The popcorn garland, not many people did.
Interesting.
Or maybe they had to pick one and they said, you know what?
That's true.
If it's going for anything, I'm going for Christmas. I'm going for tinsel. So that's interesting.
All of the above might have won heartily in that category, so you don't want that there.
Okay, and by the way, I wanted to save this one until next Christmas, this survey says, but I'm going to forget about all this.
Yeah.
So this is the next one I said. And this is what I ask you now. So your answer, and then what do you think people voted on? What Christmas tradition would you like to see more of around the holidays? Okay, 1, would you like to see the old ribbon candy making a comeback? Remember that hard ribbon candy that was at your grandmother's house? You picked up one, the whole bowl came with it? Okay. All right. It was big, bright, colorful
I'm going to grab
candies.
that.
Yeah. And the whole bowl came with it. Okay. Christmas caroling.
Okay.
Carolers going around.
Sure.
We used to carol. Our church kind of still does.
Yeah.
Which this is wild because you see these all the time in little tins. I didn't see a fruitcake this year. Not that I was actually looking, but fruitcake has kind of disappeared from. Remember, fruitcake was the thing that everyone gave you. Your neighbor gave you the tin can of fruitcake
by the end. Yeah,
because everyone was buying you. They didn't get to see you that often, so they sent you a fruitcake.
No,
that was kind of common thing. Yeah. But would you like to see fruitcake make
so
it?
if Facebook didn't exist, we might still be getting Facebook or fruitcakes.
Yeah,
instead.
Maybe so. Fruitcakes. And then the other one, I kind of cheated here, and I said other, but they had to comment below.
Oh, okay.
And so let me see. I got to check the comments here. There weren't that many comments. There were way more votes than comments here. But, okay. Well, less caring about presents, more about the true meaning of Christmas. True, that's every Christmas movie too. But if someone said I'd like to spend more time alone, I don't know if these are traditions though. None of these are traditions. So they didn't give me any traditions. Okay, because I'm asking for I couldn't. To be fair, I also couldn't think of one. So I said, is there another one that I'm missing that is a Christmas, because those were Christmas things that you just don't see anymore.
Well, as soon as you asked the question, I immediately knew what my answer was going to be, but then I waited for the multiple choice, and sure enough, answer B is caroling, which is the one that I would certainly love to see a lot more of. By far. That would have been my answer. I would have written other and written caroling if you had not had it as an answer.
And I'm going to cheat here and just tell you it wasn't other, because other was 17%, but no one could tell me what it was.
Yeah, you can.
So, and then the ones they did was not a Christmas tradition, more or less. They didn't answer the question.
They were just trying to be silly.
So it was one of the three that won.
Yeah.
Which
caroling,
one do you think?
Well, I don't know, honestly, because I'm a theater person. I like to perform. I also think that kids today, so desensitized by movies and television, that they don't have any concept of Christmas frivolity, I suppose, that comes with caroling. Like, it's just an socially awkward thing, and I don't know what Gen Z is going to do when they have to socialize with each other because of the internet and how things are today, and TikTok, and how cringe how cringe the social skills of some Gen Zers are. And what are they going to do, man? But caroling, you don't have to socialize with it, but there is a special certain joy that comes from that if you're with a big group and you get even just one smile out of it from people. You know, you get one person, maybe one person who you can tell clearly lives alone, and then they stand out and listen on their front porch and just have a little smile on their face.
It means more to the people hearing it than anything.
So much to them. And if you have even one second of that, of giving someone else joy, gives you a feeling of Christmas. And that is priceless and indescribable in any other way.
And not to be cheesy, but it truly does build Christmas spirit.
Yes, in a way it builds character kind of thing, but it also builds spirit. Because I've done it in the extreme colds as well. Yes, I did it in Canada in minus 40 weather.
But when someone gets to hear that, you see, because my church, like I said, they do it. And some people will come up to the door, with the screen closed, so they're not going out in the cold.
They're not going out.
But they're watching and they're smiling and they're like, "This is awesome."
Yeah.
And or maybe some of them are rushing to make hot chocolate for all the carols. Yeah. But the thing is, though, it's just like, here's some strangers come up singing, and we're going to sit here and be entertained by you, and thank you later on, and sometimes even ask if y'all want to come in for hot chocolate.
Yeah.
And it's just such a great and awe-inspiring thing. Now,
I can't think of anything else like it.
So which one do you think of those three?
What was the first answer again?
You got ribbon candy.
Ribbon candy.
The old ribbon candy.
I think that got last place.
Caroling and fruitcake.
Oh, man. I want to say caroling then.
So you're hoping that the minds and spirits of everyone.
Yeah, I really am.
All right, well, with 53%.
Okay.
It was caroling.
Hey, good.
But guess what? Ribbon candy got 18.
No kidding.
It beat out fruitcake.
How about
that? Here's the thing about fruit. Ribbon candy can die. I don't like ribbon candy. I don't care about it. True, I have not seen it. Recently. Yeah. But it can die. I don't care about it. I never cared about it. It was awful.
Throw him off the top of a skyscraper.
Who wants super sticky, yucky ribbon candy that gathers more dust than, gets eaten? But the fruitcake. My sister at her bakery.
I want fruitcake now.
My sister.
Your sister has some?
At her bakery. Not this past Christmas, 2 Christmases ago, tried to bring back fruitcake.
Yeah.
A real fruitcake, not the tin can. Yeah. It's been sitting there. It's got this
moist, nice,
good fruitcake. And
how'd it go?
No one bought it because fruitcake has a bad image.
Oh.
And so she didn't make it this year. I said, you should have, because I want to try it. And so next year.
She's like, why didn't you buy it?
Next year, our plan, may hold me to this. Probably on Saturday morning Samoflange is maybe to try the ribbon candy, maybe to try the fruitcake.
Yeah.
Let's go over some traditional.
Where are we going to find it? Are we going to convince her to make it?
I will have my mom make one. My mom used to make them a long time ago and give them to us.
We want to review it
wrapped in saran
Christmas
wrap. But we never.
Do you want to review these things on?
We'll do Christmas foods on the air.
Yeah.
We'll do that. That'd be good.
We'll get some popcorn garland too.
Maybe say and eat that too. I don't know. But the thing is, though, I'll be honest. When Mom used to make the fruitcake things, I'd eat one bit. I was like, no, I'm done. But that was back when I was in college.
When you were a kid.
I think the last time she started doing that was when I was in college, and I'm an idiot now. So now I need to. And it's true. Your taste mature. And the thing is, I'm ready for fruitcake to make that comeback, and I'm cheering for fruitcake.
I wonder if that's a weird sort of like. Once you get into your 40s sort of vibe, like I want fruitcake again. Like
There's a little nostalgia, but the thing is, though,
there?
what you used to hate now we enjoy. We enjoy a lot more things. If you were telling
Things
me
you
that,
used to love, you'd hate now.
yeah,
I totally
yeah,
agree.
you're like, you know what? I would eat that.
I couldn't eat cereal with sugar piled on top of it anymore.
Like we
I would
love,
hate that.
me and my wife love Brussels sprouts. No joke.
What?
No joke.
No kidding.
Love
Wow,
them. Love
that's
them.
amazing.
The pepper salted.
Sure.
Oh,
Brussels
so good.
sprouts.
So good.
No,
So all day.
Matt, you couldn't have paid a kid $1 million.
She bought 2 bags, and they were the first things gone from the fridge for me. Wow. I wouldn't even give it to my daughters who wanted it.
What?
It's my Brussels
This is
sprouts.
my
They could get their
Brussels
own.
sprouts.
So I mean,
Get a
but
job.
but I would have told you you're a liar.
Yeah.
20 years ago,
Yeah,
if you'd have said I've been
convinced me
hogging the
that
Brussels sprouts.
20 years from now, you'll be hogging the Brussels sprouts
No,
from your
I'm not.
own flesh and blood.
You're a liar, and what alien possessed me during that time?
That's great.
But I would like to see fruitcake come back.
Yeah,
but
I
caroling would have been my answer too in more places, because you're exactly right. The feeling that it gives both the
Yeah.
carolers, but especially the people who you're singing to. And sometimes when it seems like you're singing to an empty house, they could be listening.
They could be.
and they're not
They
coming
could have
out.
been having a fight in there and
But they
stop
could
the
hear
fight,
it.
you know,
Yeah.
because of the fight, the Christmas Carol.
And sometimes there is the peek out the window, and then like, okay,
Like,
there's
what's
carolers,
happening? Yeah.
and they're kind of peeking, but they're not viewing, but they're
Right.
listening. But that means a lot. So it's Christmas spirit.
It really does. You never know what conversations are happening behind those windows and doors. And
So there you go. So,
I totally agree. I've only done that a few times, and it's always been a good experience.
yeah,
that I've done.
every time. I haven't done it with my church for a while because, of course, when they're caroling, I got to watch kids, and the missus is out doing theater stuff.
Yeah,
But that's it for Survey Says. I do have something else for you.
I'm ready.
So, folks, Benjamin and I were supposed to watch The Grinch together this past Christmas.
I know.
But the day it came out, you realized that was the exact same day you were flying out.
Yeah, I was leaving to go.
So
on
he
my
was
dream
already in
trip to
Dallas the day
Australia
before, and I was
beaches. Yeah.
when he was on the long, miserable trip.
Yes.
I was having the time of my life.
Yes, it was a tale of two cities.
So
that
I
day.
will tell
Yeah.
you this, just to tell you real briefly.
please.
On the big screen, marvelous.
Really,
You look at everything in the background. Look at the
the
massive
movie
amount
that
of
we
detail.
have watched now 23 times, because every year since the year 2000, 23 times we've seen this film
Are you ready? I saw something new
for the
I
first
saw
time on
three-
the big screen.
3 things new.
3 new things.
Big things.
Let's have it.
First off, during the Whovelation,
Yes.
when he goes, "Bo," and everyone goes, "Oh!" Bo. Do you know there's a sound of someone passing out?
What? No, I had no idea.
Someone,
Someone thunks.
you hear a thump.
You don't
and
see it?
And then he goes, hot crowd, hot I've
crowd,
never
hot
heard
crowd.
that on the TV.
I haven't either.
In the cinema, I heard a body fall, and I laughed.
That's terrific. Okay.
Another one. During the Whovelation, no, the Whovelation.
Yeah.
Okay, they're doing the Congo line. I really must be leaving.
Yeah. Dun 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 dun. Huh.
What other supporting actors are in that Congo line?
I don't know.
We've never looked, because we always look at Jim Carrey.
Right. Who's in
But
it?
I made a point on this movie to look in a different direction.
Yeah, yeah.
Because now we're looking at
Now
the
you
whole,
can see.
like Jaws.
Yeah, like we did with
said
Jaws. Exactly.
And we're like, what is that? He's got ketchup and Tabasco over the place where he's cooking the whale, but bleaching the
Yeah,
jawbone.
that was so
I've
good.
I've watched Jaws a million
I know.
times. I've never seen that. So I started looking in other directions to see
Yeah.
what I could find.
Was Christine Baranski in the line?
Cindy Lou Who's dad is in that Congo
Is he?
line.
Okay.
And he is doing this stupid little bobblehead. And it is hilarious. I'm like,
Awesome.
he's going,
Yeah.
and he's doing this bobblehead dance, and he's right there, and he's cracking me up. But you never see that cut, because
Nope.
all it is him getting bumped and going, all right, I'm going.
All right.
Because we're just looking at
Jim
him.
Carrey doing his thing.
Our eyes go to that screen.
Naturally.
Are you ready for the biggest
Oh.
one? I freaked out. Megan didn't know what was going on. I was like, oh no.
What are you talking about? Tell me.
So, another classic Christmas movie
Yeah.
is
Die Hard.
A Christmas Story.
Yes.
What's the big noticeable
The Red
thing?
Ryder BB gun.
Another one.
What are you
That's
talking
on the
about?
cover of a lot of the posters.
Cover of the lot.
The leg lamp.
Yeah. The leg lamp. It's in.
It's right in front of our face. The tripod that he's looking down on the Who's on and spying on them. The little tripod, the scope.
When he's like,
One of the legs.
alphabetically, I hate you.
One of the legs is a actual leg.
Shut the front
and
door.
I think that is a little
Leg lamp prop.
Leg lamp prop thing, because it's a different leg, but it's a leg on top
For his
of two
telescope
tripods.
when he's on the mountain.
2 tripods. The first one's a leg. I've never noticed that. I've watched this movie a million times.
Wow.
It's a leg, like in Christmas Story, where the lamp becomes a leg. I know that's what it was for.
That
Because I said I'd never seen that. It blew my mind.
how wow.
I know. We have seen. You know the scene I'm talking about, and you have never noticed it.
Because it's when he gets the phone book out and he says, "I'm going to hate you alphabetically."
Yeah.
Aardvark,
Look at those
who?
Look at those who's. I'm going to hate you alphabetically.
Yeah.
You know,
I
and it's
hate
right
you!
there in that scene, right there, pan away
But
shot.
when it's 30 feet high, it's easier to see. Wow.
Yeah, when it's on the big screen. So I'm gonna be honest, it was amazing. It
Sounds
got
terrific.
got number 2 movie of the year for me that I've seen in theaters.
Man, I love it.
Because I did see Return of the Jedi, and that just I mean, I was 6 years old when I saw that in theaters, and it hit. It just was beautiful. But
That's the first movie I ever remember seeing in a movie.
But
theater.
I saw The Grinch, and I will be honest with you, when the credits, the opening credits start, na 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 na, and we're seeing the snowflakes, misty eyed.
No kidding.
Because here I was.
You've seen this movie 23 times.
years later. Now I'm back in theaters.
Yep.
I'm watching
Back
this.
in the
My
year 2000.
girls are with me.
Oh.
And
how
they're loving the
different.
theater experience with the popcorn and the big screen.
Oh.
And I swear, if it comes back, I don't know if they'll bring it back every Christmas. They probably switch them out.
I hope so.
But
How was
if it
the,
comes
how was
back,
was it full? Was it?
it's never that
handful?
full, but it had a good crowd,
Okay.
a decent crowd. But the thing was,
Hot crowd.
if it was just me and the girls,
That'd be enough.
it'd have been enough.
That's awesome.
Because it was just a wonderful heart. I promise you, next time when it comes in and we go see it, because you know we're going to go see it.
yeah.
We're going to go see this again. You are going. You may even cry. I don't know, because you're just overwhelmed. Like, here is the movie that I love. We love this movie so much, and it's on the big screen. And that's when it got me. I was like, man, this means so much to me. I'm so happy to be back here again in the theater watching.
I'm not
this.
kidding. I might as well because of how wonderful the first experience was for me in the movie theater and how different my life was. And then I would be in immediate transportation mode. Like what you're saying.
There's nothing like a time machine.
Yeah,
that takes you
no
back.
time machine like a good movie like Return of the Jedi, what you were talking about too, I would be teleported to the year 2000. Absolutely,
It's like in
Because I
Ratatouille
remember-
when the tester tastes the food at the end. It goes straight back to when he was a kid and his mama served it to him.
I remember who I was with when I first saw The Grinch in 2000. I remember when I saw it, I remember where I was sitting because I've never
remember
laughed
everything
so
about it.
hard in my life, I don't think, and it was such a wonderful experience. I'll never forget. So I agree with you. I might have that feeling.
Bray,
too.
my brother, went with me the very first time at the one in the mall, and we were the only ones laughing at every corny joke, and we just loved it all.
And like he died when the car exploded.
when the car exploded, my brother just fell out of his
I think
chair
about
laughing.
that every time now. Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was really. And then, of course, maybe that's why these were my first two. Because when I saw Return of the Jedi again, I was like,
Yeah.
because I remembered the feeling. And the other ones, if you think about it, we never saw Jaws when it came out in
Nope.
theaters. I never saw Groundhog's Day when it came out in theaters.
No.
I never saw The Big Lebowski when it came out in theaters. I wanted to, but my friends did not get that type of humor back then. So they told me it sucked, and I never saw it.
I don't think I saw Raiders of the Lost Ark in the theater either. I saw that last year too.
And so I saw that in theaters. But that's a different experience. But now, if it's a movie you've seen, you're just like,
yeah,
I remember.
It teleports
it's just
you.
like it
Very much
does.
so.
And it's so weird because you've seen the movie 1,000 times.
Yeah, it doesn't
on
matter.
TV.
It's odd how that works, right?
Yeah, it was really odd.
I love it.
So,
That's the magic of theater and movies. I feel
it is.
It really is magical.
But anyway, so thanks for entertaining me for this
No,
one.
I'm happy that I got all the
survey says
answers right.
everything.
Yeah.
You did.
I
you
should
did.
go
Very
play
good.
Family Feud now.
You should. You should.
I'm on a roll.
Maybe
I'm
you-
playing hot. Yeah.
Maybe you can play Saturday morning.
Samoflange.
Screw that up.